Alright guys, it's Jason Graystone here. Wanted to shoot out a quick vlog. It's more of a vlog, this video, because you guys know there's lots of news out in the markets this week. It's one of those weeks that I'm not particularly interested in being involved, actively involved. Did put out a video yesterday. 2 out of those 3 trades, well, one of the trades was invalid on the pound dollar, but 2 out of those 3 trades ended up hitting targets, and I know many of you guys earned some profits off of that, so well done if you got involved with that, only if your rules were met. But I thought I'd shoot out a video on a vlog style, because we were in the live room today, and when the markets, when we got weeks like this, we like to have some trader discussions, and we'll change the topics. And today, someone mentioned that they shot in a question, it was instantly followed up with, sorry for the simple question, or sorry for the newbie question. And we get this a lot. You know, there's lots of times when people will ask a question and it will be instantly followed up with apologies for the silly question, simple question, newbie question, sorry for hounding you with questions, right? And I want to encourage that. I think it's extremely important that everyone asks as many questions as possible. And the reason is for that is because if you think about when you was at school, I know when I was at school, I was the kid in maths. I was very weak at maths, and there were certain subjects in maths that I was really struggling with. And it was probably just a case of not understanding the explanation. So very simple, but I really struggled. And I remember being in the class, and the teacher would explain something, and I would really try and listen and tune in, and I just couldn't get it. So I'd put my hand up, and you'd see the teacher look at you, and you'd say, "Excuse, I'm really sorry, I don't understand. Could you explain that bit again?" And the second explanation from them is a bit more sharp. You know, they're a bit sort of, okay, what is that okay now? And you sort of think, yeah, but I'm not sure if I want to ask again, because, you know, you're being a bit sharp. And you'd carry on with the lesson, and then there'd be something else, and I would put my hand up, you know, a bit hesitant to put my hand up, and as I did, I'd look at the other kids, and they'd be like, "No, why are you putting your hand up? You know, we want to get out on time, we want to get through this, just get done and get out, don't put your hand up." And as you put your hand up, you see the teacher like roll her eyes and, you know, "Okay, Jason, you know, what don't you understand?" And it's a bit sort of, you know, discouraging. And what happens the third time? Well, you don't bother putting your hand up anymore. And it turns out, I find out later on, that it wasn't that I didn't, you know, I was different. I later found out that most of the kids in my school didn't get it either. It's just that they'd been discouraged by putting their hand up before, and all it is a simple explanation that you're waiting on, and for it to click in your mind, and that's it. You know, and too many people hold back, and it's a tragedy. You know, just by explaining that simple equation in a simplistic way that fits with your mind, and everyone's mind's different. That is the difference between going on to success and achieving the things you want to achieve, or being good at something, and holding you back. And when you think about that, it's a tragedy, because you know these wild dreams and goals and ambitions held back by just not asking a simple question. And when we did the FTB course, we did the FTB Strategy Workshop, which I created, and when we did that, we had over 3,000 subscribers. And the guys over at Trading Power, I'm not the sales guy, you know, I'm just a trader. I come in, you guys get to come in and watch me trade live. But because we have 3,000 people there, you know, Jason and Darren and Charles, they're like, well, it seems silly to have 3,000 people in a webinar and not at least push the products or tell them about the products, because they are going to improve their lives. And we held the attention of about 1,500 people consecutively. And I said, you know, I'm not a sales guy, I'm not a salesman, I don't really want to do the sales thing, but I thought, what would give me value? What would I want most? And I thought back to when I was at school, and even when I was learning to trade, I was surrounded by people who weren't as vocal, they weren't as actively involved in the chat, and you know, I was the annoying guy. I was the guy that would ask and ask and ask and email and email and Skype and send my charts, and you know, I was always actively engaged. And that's because I look back at when I was at school, and then I later realized that to get to where you want to go and achieve the things you want to achieve, you need to ask questions, and lots of them. So I was surrounded at the time when I was learning to trade by lots of people that wouldn't ask those questions, and we later found out that people were actually being discouraged and flaking away, you know, because they just didn't ask that simple question. And again, that is an absolute tragedy. If you think about, they're trying, their aspirations are to become a successful trader, and they're held back by a very simple question, you know, it's an absolute tragedy. So I thought, if I wanted to give the most value, I would want to encourage those people to ask simple questions. How can I do that? And I ended up offering 3 30-minute Skype calls with me, video calls, as an informal discussion, a chat, talk about whatever you want to talk about, and get an insight from my experience. And you know, hopefully we've set lots of those up, and we've encouraged lots of traders and inspired lots of traders who may have just flaked off because they didn't understand something simple. So that's what I offered on the FTB, and again, it's why I created the FX Basics course. Because although I was that annoying guy that used to ask lots of questions, there's people that don't. And you know, you might go through a professional trading course, and at the time there was still an expectation to understand some of the simple things, some of the basics. And we were finding that people would go through the professional course, and if you wasn't as vocal and didn't ask the questions, you're not going to get to where you want to go, because there's something holding you back, like, you know, basic information like what is a broker, and what are the order types, and why do markets move the way they do, what is a pip, what time frames are best, what charting package do I need, and things like that. Very simple things that, if you think about it, you've got this big goal to become a consistently profitable trader and really be financially free, and you're being held back by just not asking that question on what is a pip, you know. So that's why we created the FX Basics course. Absolutely everything in there that you need to then move on to the professional course if you need to. So the purpose of this video is just to encourage you to ask as many simple questions as possible. I want to generate the most amount of consistently profitable traders as possible. That is my goal. That is my only goal. I don't have any other hidden agenda other than to be transparent and create consistently profitable traders when you work with me, or you work with us. Okay, that is our only goal. And so what I'm going to do on this video, I'm going to do a lot more videos like this. So I want you to make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more of these vlog style videos and an insight into my life as well, my day-to-day activities as well. So keep tabs on this, click like on this video, and also subscribe to the channel. But what I want you to do is I'm encouraging you to ask the simplest question you've got about trading. No matter what it is, now's the time. It's your chance to shoot as many questions below, and I'm going to go through and answer every single one of them. It's a great thing about the live room, because we've got a great community of traders in there, all like-minded, positive individuals with one common goal, and that is to become independently, consistently profitable in the currency market. So a question will come in, and if I don't see it, and you know, another one of the guys will shoot on and chuck in their answers, and everyone's trying to help each other. Really great place to be. So I want to encourage a discussion here. Let's start engaging in some conversation below this video. Shoot in the simplest question you have. Don't let it hold you back. Don't worry about, I'm giving you permission, so don't let it hold you back. I look forward to reading all your questions below and answering every single one of them. And so until the next video, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then.